going to make food for a whole week in this video. We're going to make a sheet pan full of different roasted vegetables, and then we are going to individually show you what we would do with some of the leftovers to make this last all week.
Where do we start?
Let's get chopping. We're ready to get started chopping. I just wanted to show you that I like to do this on parchment paper. This can really make your pan dirty and it'll save you some time scrubbing.
Emily, I always like to sharpen my knives a little bit before I get started.
Yeah.
And I have different sizes here because I don't know which one I'm going to like for each individual vegetable.
All right. We are going to want to cut things smaller that we know will take longer to cook.
Okay.
And I usually leave things pretty big for a bake. What do you do?
I would leave them pretty big. But for this cauliflower, I'm just getting the flowers off and then I'll size them up a bit.
And of course, cut off anything that you would not want to eat.
I think that's something we always say.
So I think I'm going like that. What do you?
Yes, and some vegetables cook a little faster. So like the broccoli and cauliflower will cook a little quicker than say the potatoes and the carrots.
So we'll cut those a little smaller.
Correct. We can always make these smaller after they're roasted too.
True. So
these little pieces you just put on there, true, also?
Yes, I would. And I think I will start cutting up the potatoes now.
Now those have been washed real well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you care if I leave a little cauliflower for some raw vegetables for a little bit later?
No. Got a weird spot on my potato I'm gonna cut off.
Yeah, all these little pieces I think would make just a nice
this is about how big I would do my potatoes.
Okay. Now, you would peel these carrots. These don't look as smooth as some. Or would you leave them? I know they've been scrubbed.
I feel like I would leave it. I feel like the skin is a very nutritious part of vegetables.
It is.
That people don't really.
Yeah, and if you scrub them, which we did. Now, carrots are pretty hard. Is this about right?
I would cut the carrots kind of small. They take a good while to cook. FYI, if after you do this, you're like, whoa, my carrots didn't get soft, but everything else did, I have just separately pulled out my carrots and re-roasted those.
Good tip.
So, I know the bottom of my pan is not fully covered. Once I get it fully covered, I'm going to drizzle this with some olive oil. I hope I just did a drizzle.
You're doing pretty good. Why do you drizzle it with olive oil?
I feel like it helps the veggies brown a little bit better and gives a little extra flavor. Actually,
you ready for these?
Give me your veggies and we'll show what we would do on the bottom one.
I don't know where you want
Just
them.
dump them on my tray. So we have like a bottom layer, you know what I mean?
Is that all from this tray?
Yeah, that's good, I think. And then I would just toss these a little bit to coat them.
Now I'm just going to sprinkle some salt and pepper onto these veggies and then give them another light toss to coat them with the olive oil.
And then I like to, if you have it, if not, just use dried. I like to do a little layer herbs.
So that's parsley.
We've got parsley, like Mom said, some thyme, some basil, and you can use whatever veggies or herbs you like. Break this up so I can spread around our rosemary. And we have a bay leaf that we broke into pieces. This will be my bottom layer. Now we're gonna cut some more veggies and do the next layer. I would just quarter that.
Would you?
Yep.
Okay, we'll show it on. Oh, we're still on.
We're still on. I'm gonna chop this video all up just like these veggies. I just quarter my cabbage. If I have a cute little one like this. And then I like to make sure these get a spot right on the pan. Or I don't really care about the other veggies. So put these on yours right on the bottom.
And then I'll finish cutting the carrots off camera. I want to show how we cut everything up.
Yeah. Are you
I'm
doing
going to
peppers?
do pepper. And I'm going to leave those fairly large.
Yes. I feel like these zucchini pieces need to be pretty big too. How about you?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, we can always pull them off if they're done.
I recently didn't have any white vinegar at my house when I wanted to rinse veggies off. And I read you can just do it in baking soda water.
Oh, that's good to know.
So, FYI.
Peppers, like big strips like this?
Yeah,
or just
I would
cut
leave
one
those
more
kind
time?
of big. They get soft fast.
Okay. We had this one left from yesterday. Do you leave the pepper seeds in? I was taking them out.
If they fall out, I take them out. If not, I'm not worried about it. These garlic cloves are going to go on there whole, but I am going to take some of this outside paper off. Do you need the oil?
Well, no, I'm going to wait and see how we want to do the sweet potato. Just cut big?
Yep, like a potato.
Can I have your knife? I
Sure.
like it better. And are you leaving some of that whole?
I'm leaving this whole. I just wanted to get some of the outside extra paper off. Or paper. It's not paper.
Feels like paper.
It feels like paper, whatever this stuff is on.
I want to wash this one more time.
For the cloves of garlic, I do like to try to pour a little bit of oil right down in there. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
Now, do you have recipes in mind for a little bit later with what we're going to do with these?
Some of this, I totally already know what I would do with, because it's just what I usually do. I always do a garlic sauce with my potatoes, or I hash brown my potatoes. Sometimes I take the carrots and I turn it into our carrot cheese sauce.
Oh, yeah.
You could always make some vegetable soup. You can make our awesome vegan hoagie with lots of these ingredients.
A lot of time I take the cabbage and I end up doing cabbage and noodles.
Do you use the purple cabbage?
Yeah.
Oh, you might have to show us that. Emily, why would you cook this many vegetables at one time?
Because I have them. Because I'm trying to food prep for a whole week.
Sounds good.
I feel like it's a quick way to pretty much use all of the veggies I have left in my fridge if I'm not sure what I want to do with them.
You know, I'm looking at it and thinking, if I have all this cooked, I'm really going to eat a lot of vegetables.
Yeah, and I eat more vegetables when I do it this way because it's just easy to be like, oh, I got some zucchini that's roasted. I'm just going to grab that and eat it.
There's a bigger knife.
Thank you. Really, I need a few more potatoes.
Yeah, you'll need more potatoes because we're doing the garlic potatoes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to do more mushrooms.
We good?
This one goes through carrots better. It probably goes through that better too. I don't see how all this is going to fit on 2 trays. Should I get another tray?
Nah, we'll be good.
Do I doing all these potatoes?
No, I don't care.
I'm just going to do one more potato. Now, this tray is ready for its second layer. Oh, doesn't that just look beautiful already? All of the vibrant colors.
Looks like I have a little bit more room. I can squeeze a few more pieces on here.
I really like to do this with root vegetables of all kinds.
Now, same as before, I'm going to try to drizzle some oil on top of these veggies.
Oh, and if you have herbed olive oil, it's really nice to use for this too. Just spread the oil around a little bit. You could just dry roast these. I do feel like the oil helps get them browning. More pepper, a little more salt for our top layer, a little more herbs on top. We're preheating our oven. You want to have it between 350 and 400 for this. Know your oven. My oven's a little hotter than Mom's. I do it at 350. All right, this one's ready to go. I'm in oil.
Yeah.
And I think every time I do this, my tray ends up like this full. I'm always like, oh, I could throw one more thing on there. This one didn't get the first layer done, did it?
No.
So I'm gonna go a little heavy on the salt and pepper, and we're gonna try to mix this all around.
And then here's another tray if you needed to put your vegetables on.
I'm just gonna use this.
Okay.
Oh, I need some more oil down here on these. Carrots need a little bit of oil in there. Okay, so we're gonna try to get down to half oil on the cabbage, potatoes. So it has a light coating.
Well, now that you've organized it, it doesn't look quite as full.
Get all of our delicious herbs in here. Sage, some basil, a little bit of broken up bay leaf. Get these back on top. I feel like it just kind of helps seal the herb flavors in if you put it in the middle layer. I feel like it gives it a little more flavor. And this little guy at home right there. All right, this is ready to go also.
Here's both of our sheets of veggies looking delicious already, and we're going to put these in the oven.
It's been about 30 minutes, and I'm just taking a look in the oven. Our veggies are all looking good.
I'm going to pull it out, cover it.
We just wanted to cover our vegetables. We decided that they were the right amount of dark for us, but they weren't quite done cooking yet. The vegetables out of the oven to check to see if they are finished.
Oh, perfect. The peppers are done. Cabbage needs longer. Cauliflower, a little bit longer.
What about some of those carrots down at the bottom over here?
A little bit longer. Okay, so let's pull a couple things off and return them to the oven.
So we have decided to pull off the peppers.
Cabbage is not done, and I don't think that the cauliflower is to the point where we want it.
And it's kind of preference of how soft you like your veggies and what you're going to do with them.
So the sweet potato, that one's done, and that one's done. This one a little bit longer. That one's finished. And that one just a little bit longer. None of the carrots are done to the point that I would be happy with them. And we're going to stir it just a little bit.
And it's been about an hour. So now we are going to cover this with a pan. I think everything is as dark as we would like it. And put it back in for the remainder of the cook time.
Now we're gonna get the other one out of the oven and check it.
Oh, it is smelling good.
Squash is finished.
This one
maybe white potatoes just a few more minutes. Broccoli's done. Potato just a little bit longer. I'm going to try to get the broccoli off. Garlic? I can't tell. Should it just keep going, the broccoli?
Garlic?
Yeah.
I think I pulled it off by how it smushed when you did that. I was gonna say I need to touch it.
I think it's probably done
Yeah, how
inside.
it kind of squished when you did that. Alright, we're just gonna pull a few more items out of this and then cover it like the last one and back in the oven. Pulled all of the veggies out except for the potatoes. And it has been an hour 20? Yeah, minutes.
We have pulled everything out of the oven now.
This is why I like to put it on parchment paper, personal preference. All of our veggies are roasted beautifully and we've pulled them all out of the oven and plated them up. Our first day feast is ready to go. And also, as you can see, they have significantly decreased in volume, almost by half. So when you're starting out with that huge pan of veggies, keep that in mind. Some of our upcoming videos are going to highlight how we use the rest of these veggies through the week. Stop by next week and see what we do for the first round of using these vegetables up.